Hello everyone. The reason I'm making this video is firstly to remind myself to be more careful and attentive in analysis. The act of writing a journal or making a video like this, in my experience, helps you remember things more clearly, for longer, and it's less painful than learning the hard way. Furthermore, making a video like this is also to share my experience with everyone. Now, let's get started. This is the Bitcoin chart, and we are in an uptrend. I plan for my entry timeframe to be the 1-hour timeframe, and the confirmation timeframe is the 15-minute timeframe, and I predict that this uptrend will continue to rise. As for why that is, you can try rewatching this part. Repeat it a few times and you will understand. You can rewatch the previous video. You can drag this section to the left. Check it yourself. And based on the knowledge from the previous video, this video, the retest video, based on that video, you can understand why I predicted that this uptrend can still continue to rise. So now, it's just about finding an entry point for a buy order. Let's analyze this uptrend together. Looking at this uptrend, you can easily see that right here is the important key level. And this is the previous high of that uptrend. And at the key level, there is a very strong buying force like this. Of course, we cannot just look at one time frame to draw a conclusion. We need to go down to a smaller time frame to check again. In the videos before this one, those videos, I didn't go down to a smaller time frame to check because in those videos, I focused on explaining the theory. So, explaining on one time frame makes it more coherent, seamless, and easy to understand. But when we trade, or when we analyze the chart, remember to always look at least two time frames. The previous videos were just theoretical. Now, let's go down to a smaller time frame to check. Let's check the beginning of this uptrend. So, this whole area, the price moves very normally. It just goes up and then comes back to retest, nothing unusual. Any unusual area is also retested before continuing to go up. Here, it's the same. The price also went up, then came back to retest this area. Then it continued to go up, strongly up, breaking through this high with a very strong force, with a very long green candle like this. And after that, the market accepted this strong buying force by the fact that the price continued to move normally, sideways above. Right here. Here too. So, at this point, we go back to the entry time frame. And we confirm that this is the important key level with a very strong buying force. So, based on the consequences that I've already mentioned, now enter a trade right at this previous high, SL right after the key level like this, and TP up. At that time, I set my TP to here and will manage the trade by taking partial profits. When the price reaches around this level, I plan to take about 60% to 70% of the position volume to be safe. So that's my plan. Things didn't go smoothly. This trade ultimately did not go according to my prediction. It hit the SL. However, I didn't lose money on this trade, because I managed the trade, so this trade still made a small profit. But anyway, now, it has broken through the important key level. So, what should I do now? How to handle this? If you accept to live with the trading profession, then we must know by heart a saying, what is it called? A motto or a proverb? The saying, go with the flow. If it reverses, then so be it. Now, it's likely that it won't go up anymore. Or maybe I'm still right. Maybe at this point I'm still right. Maybe it will follow the Dow theory. Now it will return to where the trend started. And then it will go up. What if? I could still be right, but for now, it's going down. The immediate prediction is that it will go down, and it will go down to here. So now, just look for a selling opportunity. Delete all the previous uptrend analysis. Look for a selling opportunity and TP down here. So let's find a selling opportunity in this downtrend. In this downtrend, this is a major downtrend. A major downtrend, but in this case, we will not follow this major downtrend. We don't follow this major downtrend because the price breaks through the previous low of the major downtrend. Breaks this point. Breaks this point, breaks in a way that is very disrespectful. It breaks indecisively. Breaking disrespectfully like this means that we might not need to follow the major trend, but can follow the minor trend instead. Follow the minor downtrend. And this is the minor downtrend. The knowledge of following the major trend or the minor trend, I have explained in detail in the video on Dow theory that I have made. That is a very important piece of knowledge, so if you haven't watched it or don't understand it, you should watch that video carefully. Now let's follow this minor downtrend. In this downtrend, you can see at a glance. This is the important key level. This is the previous low. And at this important key level, there is a very strong selling force. And of course, we still need to check on a smaller time frame before drawing a conclusion. When checking, you should check from the beginning to see if there are any mistakes. So, at the beginning of this downtrend, this whole area, the price moves very normally. It just goes down and then comes back to retest before going down again. Next, here, this is a bit easier to see for everyone. This is the important key level. This is the previous low with a very strong selling force. The price also came back to retest. And then continued to go down, and when it went down, the important key level has shifted down to here. The previous low has shifted down to here. And this important key level, it also has a very strong selling force, so the price also came back up to retest here, and then continued to go down. So the important key level continues to shift down to here. Right here. This is the current important key level, and this is its previous low. This whole trend, in general, the price movement is not unusual at all, very normal, very nice. It just goes down, then comes back to retest, and then goes down, very normal. So looking here, we see that the price also broke through the previous low with a very strong force, and then continued to move normally downwards. So now, we go back to the entry time frame, and confirm that this is the important key level, with a very strong selling force. Now, enter the trade at this previous low, SL after this and TP to here. The thing is, this trade is a bit timid. It only has an R ratio of 1 to 2, 1 to 2.12. It's low. But it's the market. It's not always giving us an opportunity to have a trade with a high RR ratio. You take what it gives, you can't be picky. This trade, again, did not go as predicted, the price went up. This trade, it had too many opportunities for me to manage the trade, so I lost a little on this trade. No profit, but I didn't lose a full 1R, just a small loss. So what now? Lost again. The price broke through the important key level like this again. Again, the motto is, go with the flow. What else can you do? You can predict that the price will go back here immediately. Reversal, a bit time consuming, a bit annoying. Again, delete all the previous downtrend analysis, and it goes up again, but this time, I couldn't find any opportunity to buy here, because the price went up very strongly, but that doesn't mean I would place a limit sell order like this. The reason for not entering this trade is because in coin trading, the stop hunt in coin trading is very strong. So entering trades like this, placing SL here is not necessarily safe. So my advice is, to be safe, if you want to sell, wait for confirmation. Wait for the price to go up. Touch the area where the trend started. It may or may not have a stop hunt. That's not important. The important thing is when the uptrend reverses and becomes a downtrend. That's when we sell. Don't rush to sell now. And the price. It hunts the start of the trend. With a very strong hunting force like this, the candle wick is very long. So if someone entered a limit order here, entering here, no one would set an SL this far away. Setting it here is already too much. Then it would still hit the SL, still get stop hunted. So remember, don't place orders. So now that it's been hunted like this, what to do? How to enter a trade now? After being hunted like this, there's no good entry point. It's best to wait for a reversal. Wait for the uptrend to reverse into a downtrend, then enter a trade. The trend is still going up. It hasn't reversed into a downtrend yet. It's still going up, so we can't enter a trade now. But based on my experience, the experience I have, I've said it many times in previous videos, which is that the price hunts strongly the first time. This is the first time the price hunts very strongly. So the second time, it usually won't hunt as strongly. Or it won't hunt, either it won't hunt, or if it does stop hunt, it won't be as strong. The fact that the price continues to go up, it has this candle wick right here. So after it wicked, I entered a trade here. SL here, no need to be too far. And back to here. Another SL. And I couldn't manage this trade, so this trade lost 1R. It's not that I couldn't manage the trade, but, it wasn't worth managing, so I let it go. And the price continues to go up strongly like this. Being wrong 3 times in a row doesn't happen often. So when you're wrong 3 times in a row, it's frustrating, quite frustrating. So everything that went wrong started from here. From the fact that the price broke through the important key level with a very strong buying force. The price broke here but didn't reverse. It just kept going up. Why is that? When we encounter problems that we don't understand the reason for, I advise that you should temporarily classify it as a case of market probability, because it's the market. It's never as perfect as we are, but with such a nice setup. I have checked many times on smaller time frames, checked very carefully, everything seemed normal. And why did it break through the key level but still continue to go up? And this is because I made a silly mistake. A basic mistake. And now let's analyze everything from the beginning. This is still the same uptrend as before. This is still the key level. This is still the previous high. And at the key level, there is a very strong buying force. And everything is still the same, still correct, nothing is wrong. But the trade I analyzed earlier is basically still correct. It's only wrong, it's only missing this one thing that made all the trades I just entered wrong. It's missing this part. It's missing the part where I only looked at this, then analyzed and entered the trade, but I didn't look, didn't pay attention, didn't look at the bigger picture. Just by looking at the bigger picture, we can see that this is a major uptrend. This is the previous high of that major uptrend. The price breaks through the previous high of the major uptrend. With a break like this, a strong, decisive break, respecting the major trend like this, it's completely different from the previous one, the previous major downtrend. The price broke through the previous low of the major downtrend, in a messy way, a disrespectful break, so then we follow the minor trend. But in this case, it's different. The price breaks through the previous high of the major uptrend. With a decisive break, a respectful break like this, so we should prioritize and only follow the major trend, ignore the minor trend. So that's why. This is the key level of the major uptrend. This is the previous high of the major uptrend. This is the key level, but only of the minor trend. This is the previous high of the minor trend. And in this case, we should only prioritize following the major trend. Ignore the minor trend, don't pay attention to the minor trend anymore. So this part here, don't pay attention to it anymore, delete it. These are all things I have noted and noted quite carefully in the Dow theory video, and this is nothing new at all, it's all stuff I've already said. So based on my analysis, this uptrend can still continue to go up. So if I enter a trade here, then my SL must be placed down here, must be placed after the key level of the major uptrend, not here. Placing it here is wrong, it must be placed here. But the fact that placing such a wide SL, it results in a low RR ratio, so you can completely place the entry point in the middle of this price zone. But placing it in the middle might not get filled, but we all know that this trade will get filled. And from my experience, the price can retrace, it can go down anywhere within this price zone. You never know, it can go here, it can retrace to here, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't mean that when it comes here, the trend has reversed, the minor downtrend, I mean. Now we don't care about the minor trend anymore, we only care about the major trend. So going in here is also fine, and that's why I said that the SL must be placed after the major uptrend. That's the reason why. Those are the mistakes, the basic mistakes in my analysis, but sometimes I still get caught by them. These are the things that right in the first video. In this video series, I also said that look at the bigger picture to get an overview. Mistakes can be limited by practicing enough. But in the end, in general, you can't win completely in trading. The thing is, such basic mistakes should only happen in trading, and only occasionally. But in investing with a large amount of money, such basic mistakes should not happen. That's why, with investing, I often review my old analyses to limit such mistakes that in previous analyses I might have missed. Speaking of investing, I don't know if you've noticed the chart I use for the video. For this video series, most of them I take from the coin chart. The reason I often use the coin chart stems from my current habit. Since it's currently a downtrend, I focus my time on watching coins a lot. Because I watch them a lot. When I make videos, I just use the chart from there to make the video. The safest time to change your position is when it has been in a downtrend for a while. So even for someone who doesn't understand much, is not good at technical analysis, but can create a safe capital allocation plan, and it's reasonable, then you can still change your position normally. You don't have to be good at technical analysis. So at this time, if you don't spend time focusing on watching coins, then when will you? Someone might probably say they are good, they can win in both downtrends, uptrends or sideways markets. But after many years of experience, I find that I'm still foolish, still not skilled. So in a downtrend, I only dare to invest a lot of money. As for uptrends, well, if I invest, I only invest a little. Therefore, if you are afraid of pressure, afraid of the feeling of being wrong and right in trading, and just want to invest, then you don't have to trade. It's okay not to trade. But during a downtrend, even if you don't trade, I think you should still focus. Spend a lot of time observing, researching, and learning more than before. Don't give up at this time. Whether you choose to invest in stocks, or invest in Bitcoin, invest in coins. Don't trade, only invest. Then you should also spend time practicing chart analysis. If you can't do it regularly every day, then you should do it regularly every week. Because reading charts, analyzing charts, it's like learning English. Studying a lot at once is not as good as studying a little, but consistently. Just by doing that, you are already better than 60% of the investors in the market. And that's what I want to share in this video. For now, goodbye everyone, and see you in the next video.